Christian fiction lovers, welcome to another video. This is Dulce. She is the family's puppy. Please don't be a puppy forever because you're crazy. I am watching her right now and I also need to get a video out, so we are multitasking, but we're gonna make it work. Aren't we? Aren't we? Gross. Okay, she wanted to be on the floor, but today we are going to be talking about a Civil War fiction novel that I read I guess a couple weeks ago now, like in the first week of January, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was incredibly sweet and I wanted to share it with you guys. I shared it in a haul a couple months ago and I've had one or two people ask for some Civil War fiction recommendations. So the book I am going to be talking about is Engraved on the Heart by Tara Johnson. This book was published in 2018, I believe. Yes, 2018. And it was Tara Johnson's debut novel, and I did not know that going into it. But I really like reading debut novels and just kind of seeing how good some authors are with their first book, because I've read some debut novels that I'm like, oh no, this ain't it, but this one was it. I really enjoyed it. Engraved on the Heart follows Keziah Montgomery, who is basically the daughter of rich plantation owners, so she's like a socialite in society in the South, and it follows her and how she battles this illness, basically epileptic shock. And so she has seizures, and obviously that wasn't very well known back then, so a lot of people think like she's cursed or something's wrong with her, like mentally, and medicine just wasn't as far advanced back then to know. And then we also follow Dr. Micah Grayson, who was Keziah's childhood best friend, and he re-enters her life. And yes, they are love interests, but I will not spoil the ending. The ending took me by surprise, I will say that. I did not think it was going to end the way it did, but I was pleased with it. So basically we follow these two characters and we see how they are kind of involved with the Underground Railroad, and for Keziah this is like monumental because her family is a plantation owner, which means they are also slave owners, and I found her basically just coming into awareness of what really happens with a lot of slaves. Even though her family doesn't abuse slaves, how many of her neighbors and other plantation owners and slave owners did heavily abuse their slaves and mistreat them. The way she came into awareness about that was, it was really abrupt. Like, it was kind of just all of a sudden she found out about it because she went to this one abolitionist meeting. She lets it change her life like right away. It's basically this, that is the inciting incident. That is what kicks off the plot, and she decides that she can't agree with that any longer, and she can't sit in silence or be aware and not do anything. Uh-oh. We got a puppy. A really sweet element to this book is the protection of Micah. He just wants to protect Keziah, and as like almost proud of her as he is with wanting to get involved, he is also very firm that no, you shouldn't, like because of your health, because you're a woman, like basically she was too fragile. And throughout the book, this is a slight spoiler, but throughout the book basically him becoming aware that she is not fragile and that she can actually take part in this movement and be part of monumental change within slavery and abolition. Okay, crazy, stop it. Tell them you're crazy. That's not nice. I think just a few more comments about this book. I did find it a bit cliche / tropey. Like, there were a lot of tropes in this book, even if they were just like small ones. I wouldn't say it was like too many tropes or overused ones. There were a couple overused ones, but they did all tie themselves together, so I did appreciate that. There was definitely some elements of faith. Keziah definitely leans on the Lord through the various trials and fear that she has to face, you know, working in the Underground Railroad, obviously. I would assume that came with much anxiety on the part of all the conductors. Okay, so those are all of my thoughts. I covered everything that I wrote down in my journal that I've been using to journal my thoughts on books that I'm reading this year, and hopefully I seamlessly tied this video together. I had to get up and deal with my maniac puppy a couple times. Oh my goodness, I'm going to insert a video here if I have time of what she did while I was filming at one point, because it's hilarious. Okay, well, you will definitely be seeing Dolce more. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to know about this book, and I can answer your questions obviously in the comments, but I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a really sweet story, and I would recommend it if you want a really like sweet but also somewhat challenging story set in the Civil War, and it's also a romance, which bonus points obviously. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, whatever that is. Until then, bye. Goodbye from the maniac. The maniac says goodbye. Ow. Ow, that's not a very nice way to say goodbye. Ow.